So how to get your first set of abs or even a six-pack. But before we start, please leave me a like, hit that thumbs up button, that will help me so much to help a bigger audience, to reach more people. I really want to inspire and motivate as many people as I can, so please hit that like button. First of all, I have to talk about genetics. And I do talk about genetics from time to time, even very often. And that's because genetics is a very important role when it comes to bodybuilding in general. And I want to bring genetics as the first thing because I don't want any one of you guys to be disappointed after you put in hard work and you end up with no six-pack. Because that's all up to your genetics. Because you have people with 10 packs, people with 8 packs, 6 packs, 2 packs, 4 packs, 0 packs. And that's because of the genetics. Let me tell you why. Everyone has an abdomen muscle. The abdomen wall, okay? And that's the muscle on your belly. But everyone will have different insertions on that abdomen wall. If you don't have 6 insertions on your abdomen wall, you won't be able to build a 6-pack of abs, because the insertions is what creates the different type of blocks on your belly. So if you're only having like a 4 insertion abdomen wall, you will only have 4 abs on your belly, and therefore you will be ending up with a 4-pack instead of that 6-pack. And that's why it's a very important thing to know before you start working your ass off. And guys, don't be disappointed if you can't get your 6-pack, because you have worked as hard as the person with 6-pack. And don't worry, the ladies love abs even though they aren't a 6-pack. I don't even have a full 6-pack 100%. Like my lower abs, they're there, but they're not showing as much. And I guess that's because of my insertions, because I've been working as fuck to get them to grow, but they are not growing. So you gotta love and hate your genetics, but if you hate them, try to love them instead. You will do a lot better if you love your genetics. Step number 2 coming up. So as when it comes to exercise, guys, you have different types of movements for you to optimize the way you will have your abs, the way your abs are growing. Because let's say you have the insertions, you have everything you need to get that 6-pack, but for you to have a great set of abs that will form that 6-pack, you need to do different types of movements for your muscles. Like your ab muscles have to be worked in a different direction for them to grow as full as their potential is. So you can do like regular sit-ups. That's a great beginner exercise, and that will give you a great foundation of your set of abs. And I used to do like 200 sit-ups each day, but that's not what you should do, and I'm gonna tell you later why not. But do sit-ups, I really recommend them. Do sets of like 12 to 20 reps and do like 4 to 5 sets, and that should be enough for a beginner to grow those abs and eventually get a little bit of a visible 6-pack on your belly, the abs in general. And as far as to train your lower portions of your belly and get that V taper and stuff, you should do leg raises, and that's also a beginner exercise, but it could be a little bit harder. So you should decide if you want to do them hanging, or if you want to use like a chair or something where you can hold your hands like this and just raise your legs from the floor. So it depends on your experience, how strong you are, and how long you've trained. Hanging leg raises is great for that lower portions of your abs, to get that lower abs popping. And if you want to work your sides, the side obliques, the obliques is kind of ab muscles next to your regular abs. You will have side muscles, and that's the obliques. So if you want to grow them, you can do the leg raises with a little bit of a twist when you do the leg raise. So twist your body on each side while you're lifting your legs, and then you will work your obliques as well. Regular sit-ups and leg raises, that's what I recommend for anyone who wants to build abs. But then again, as with any type of muscles, you need to put more tension and progressively overload your muscles for them to grow. So you can do this with abs as well. You should go for exercises where you can use weights, and my favorite exercise is the cable crunch. And I do the cable crunch in a cable machine with the rope. I hold the rope over my head, and then I place myself on the floor with my knees touching the floor in a 90-degree angle, and then I crunch my abs, and as I crunch I blow out all the air, so I feel the contraction at the very bottom, and then when I go up I take in new air and then I blow it out again, and I repeat doing that for 12 reps. And once I feel that 12 reps with that certain weight is easy, I progressively overload my abs by just adding a little bit of more weight. Guys, you also have to remember that as with any type of muscle, you need to have enough of resting time before you work the muscle once again. And that's the thing I said in the beginning. I used to do 200 sit-ups each day, and I felt great because I had that sore feeling in my abs all the time, and I felt like I was doing a great job. But that's not the case, because your muscles need that rest time for them to recover and in return grow and become stronger and better. So I would recommend at least one day of resting before you do another ab workout. So I would say that you can train your abs every other day if you like to do that, and it could be beneficial for you. I did it a lot when I wanted to grow my abs in the beginning. So every other day, make sure to rest as with any other muscle. And if you feel that your ab is sore after one day of resting, give it another rest day, because it's better to wait a little bit more than to overtrain your muscles. That will just lead to injury or even no muscle growth at all, and that's just, you know, waste of your time. So lastly, the most important thing when it comes to abs is that you build them in the kitchen, right? And that is true to a certain extent. It's still very important, but the thing is, everyone has abs, okay? Believe it or not, everyone has abs, just as everyone has biceps, right? Everyone has biceps, but before they train the biceps, it's very small, and therefore it won't show as much if you have the bicep covered up with fat. So you need to be in a low body fat for your ab muscles and your biceps and all the muscles to show to its full potential. So I would recommend you guys to make sure that you're eating clean, healthy foods. Recommend the daily intake when it comes to calories, so you're not packing on too much fat, because that will cover your abs. And even if you work them extremely hard and they are getting bigger and growing, if you're like 20% body fat above, they won't show even if they are the biggest ones in the world. So you need to find a way to stay on a pretty low body fat. You don't have to be crazy low like a shredded level, but just go down to like a 15% or even a little bit lower, somewhere between like 10 to 15% body fat, and you will have visible abs with no problem. Anyways guys, that's pretty much all I had to say in this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and if you did, leave me a like, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. And guys, if you appreciate this video, please leave me a comment, because I like to read every single one of them. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video, and have a nice day and evening or night or whatever it is in your place.
Jesus Christ is my nigga.